up, everybody? Good morning. It is your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe. Day Patteries. I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Blessings. Hopefully, everybody week is going good thus far. If not, hang in there. Don't get discouraged. Things are going to get better. So anyway, I want to move forward into talking about this particular topic. I really didn't want to address it because I really feel like sometimes you have people that will attack a certain group of people because they want a reaction, because they want attention, especially somebody who is a washed up, who is a has been. When they come out of thin air like a disease, like an STD, they just come out of nowhere. Basically, because they haven't had any relevance, they haven't had any significance. And you have some people that are willing to do anything to get attention because, let's face it, attention is a hell of a drug. And you have a lot of women, especially women with low self-esteem, who are overdosing off of attention. So it was brought to my attention that this has been a reality show, you know, discarded, discarded goods, damaged goods, Tequila. I didn't even know nothing about the situation until Barbara Rashawn brought it to my attention and stated that he was surprised that a lot of black women was not commenting on it. I think he said Paris Milan and a few did comment on it. And I really started not to myself because honestly, again, people I'm starting to find out it's a trend that people can only find relevance off of, disgracing black women. That's the only way they can be known. That's the only way their content can stay relevant. That's the only way they could come up with material. The majority of their content is based on just bashing and trashing black women. They are afraid to step outside their box and talk about other things because they don't feel talking about other topics because the world is going through so many things other than black women and weave and wigs and stuff. There's so many things that this world is going through. We're still dealing with the economy, still dealing with people that are struggling to make ends meet. Nobody's not talking about financial survival during the pandemic. It's so many other more important, relevant things. There's things that are way more important than black women. Not to say that black women aren't important, but the truth of the matter is it has become an ongoing trend in the YouTube sector, in social media, period, that a lot of people can only find relevance off of destroying the character of black women. Now, I will say it's not just black women's character that's being destroyed. You also have a lot of content creators who are also destroying black men. They cannot talk about nothing else but what black men don't do, what black men should be doing, how black men are a failure to the black community. And of course, we're the only race that does it. I don't hear too many other races going in on each other. I do hear it's gotten so bad that not only black men and black women are constantly destroying each other, but it's getting to the point now to where other races are feeling more comfortable doing it. You got these white men now, they're having what they call them zaddies, white zaddies or whatever. Now they're getting comfortable with disrespecting black men. And now you have these these trailer trash queens, and all of a sudden now these snow bunnies who think they are entitled to also having an opinion about black women. And the sad part is because, it's bad enough as black men and black women, we don't have respect for one another, but we also don't put these people outside of our race. We don't put them in check. We allow them to help us destroy one another as well. So, I really, in a sense, as much as I would love to really go in like I want to, I really can't go in too much on the zaddies and in the trailer trash, thoughts and whatever, these snow bunnies, because we have set the tone. Black men and black women, we have set the tone to be disrespected because we do it to each other. So what's going on is you have a lot of these people outside of our race who want to put in their 2 cents because they see how we are, profiting off of trashing and degrading one another as dating coaches, as content creators. So they want to get in on the fun too. You have these, trailer trash queens who know that black men will praise them or allow them to have a space in their place if they are willing to trash and bash black women like they do. Even if they are not, even if they don't represent the epitome of an honorable white woman, or in this case, Vietnamese woman. In other words, they will let any non-colored woman, even if she does not carry herself as a classy woman, as a respectable woman, they will allow these females to have a space in their place just based on the fact that they have a problem with black women. So I would not be surprised if somebody in the black sector takes this female, allows Tequila to trailer trash Tequila. I won't be surprised if one of these brothers will scoop up and give her full-time membership to their panel, give her a full-time membership in the man space, because anything that's degrading to black women, even if it's not a woman who's honorable or has respect for herself, regardless of her color, they'll give these type of women a space just because they want someone to help them to make their points valid. That black women are trash. Now, I will say this: I don't knock those. I mean, do what you do. Because on my channel, I have gone in on black women as a black woman. So I get it. I'm not knocking what people talk about or what people do. But my thing is, keep in mind that this has led people who constantly, because that's not all I talk about on my show. I don't talk about black women every day. And the ones I talk about are the trifling ones, okay, who make decent black women look bad. But a lot of these other content creators, they just generalize all black women. They don't care about the ones who don't fit that category, who don't fit that statistic. They will put all of us into the same box. They don't know how to separate decent black women from the trifling black women. You know what I'm saying? Because again, a lot of them, they would not be relevant. I would be amazed at how many channels would keep getting subscribers if they were not to talk about black women. I would be amazed at some of these channels, how their channels will continue to grow and flourish if they did not talk about black men. It's sad, but a lot of people, and it boils down to black men and black women, the majority of us got no self-esteem. That is why we don't feel comfortable talking about anything else, because we have become so addicted to views, addicted to likes. We are afraid that if we was to shift gears and talk about something totally different, that those numbers will start tumbling down. Those subscribers will start, going to MIA. They'll start missing the action. We are afraid. We are afraid to talk about something that's more fulfilling to the black community. Most of these channels are built off of black bashing. A lot of channels, I will be frank, would not be interesting if they hadn't talked about something else other than black men and black women. Most channels are successful at bashing and trashing. It's this black bashing culture. And that's what I've always perceived it to be. The black bashing culture, where you have black men who get off, they climax off of doing content for several hours at a time about what black women should do or shouldn't be doing. Like I said, do your thing if that's what you feel comfortable with doing. A lot of these channels are not balanced. They don't know how to go in on black men sometimes, go in on black women sometimes. You don't have to keep attacking, the same group of people. But a lot of them do so. And this is the reason why you have these, this trailer trash Tequila, who was so bold in making her statements about black women. So, for those of you who are not aware, there is this this trailer trash, the swamp bunny. She's not even a snow bunny. She's a swamp bunny. 40 years old, so she definitely done hit the wall. She goes by the name of Tequila, for those of you who are not familiar with her. Now, I used to be a heavy MTV watcher back in the day. MTV used to have the best dating shows, fun reality shows. I remember before before she fell off, before her career crumbled like the Twin Towers. No disrespect to those who passed from that. But before her career had crashed and burned, I remember she had her own bisexual. That's why I say to all the brothers out there, before y'all go and take the sister in and give her Man of Spirit membership, full membership, because I know y'all get off on anybody who has an opinion about black women. I know y'all quick to hire them. Y'all will give them a CEO position in the black male space, especially those of you who are anti-black women. So before you give this woman a platform, I think you would need to know her history, because she's no better than the black woman that y'all complain about. All right. So if you're gonna trash and thrash black women, do that at your own free will. Don't pick up anybody who you feel is going to help you validate your points, especially when they don't have any good receipts to show for it. Now, she had a bisexual, really she's a trisexual. She had her own reality dating show where she had men and women competing to be with her. And I remember watching a reality show, which came out in 2007, called A Shot at Love with Tequila. And I remember how she was tonguing men and women down. All of these strangers on her show, like pretty much like a lot of what the sisters did on Flavor Love. Everybody was tonguing down Flav, kissing Flav, anything to try to, make it all the way to the end of the show. And then once they got their notoriety, their fame, they pretty much went on about their business. Hoops and Delicious, Tiffany Pollard, a lot of them women, they ended up branching off and they became successful off the show. Flav lasted at least 3 seasons. So, people could call him, all type of names or whatever, but he hung in there for a while. He was actually his show was actually number one in VH1, so he was hot for the moment, especially, being that his career had also downgraded, being the hype man from doggone Public Enemy. So, his show was really, really hot for a significant amount of time. Tequila, on the other hand, she only had 2 seasons. And she did become MTV's second highest rated series premiere of the year. But after that, she pretty much fell off. After them 2 seasons, the show wasn't hitting no more. So she lost during the third season. For those of you who don't know who she was born in Singapore, raised in Houston. She moved to Los Angeles in 2001 to pursue her modeling career. After being featured in numerous men's magazines, Playboy, Stuff, and Maxim, she also made her reality TV debut on the VH1 show Surviving Nugent. Besides her career in modeling and television, everybody wants to be a model. Tequila also pursued her career as a recording artist and author. I know she didn't get no damn well with that. She was the lead singer of the bands Beyond Beauty, Gene, and Jealousy before launching a solo career. She did a single called I Love You, which was released in 2007 with mixed reviews, which I'm sure didn't get anywhere because I didn't hear shit about it. Again, she basically was pacing from reality show. And she called herself, trying to resuscitate a dead career. She released some more singles, which nobody heard of. Nobody cared to buy. She also had a book, Hooking Up with Tequila, A Guide to Love, Fame, Happiness, Success, and Being the Life of the Party, which was published in 2008. Anyhow, basically, she did everything she could to stay relevant, and nothing became of anything she tried. Her nationality is Vietnamese. She's from Singapore, and she arrived here in the boat after the Vietnam War. She has an older brother and an older sister. So basically, what's going on? Because I know that's the main issue at hand. Tequila decided to find Relevance. I guess she has a channel here on YouTube. She decided to find relevance by saying that all black women were bald, all black women didn't have hair, and this is the reason. And the reason why black women were bald is because God cursed them, and when God curses people, He takes their hair away. And basically, she was saying a lot of stuff that didn't make no sense. And truth be told, a lot of people think black women are the only ones she has attacked. I did my research, come to find out, she also attacked Jennifer Lopez. She also attacked her, calling her a Mexican with money. So, basically, for everybody who thinks that, oh, she's just going in on black women, she's went in on other women of other races. She's basically messy. She's a shit starter. She's a drama queen. Um, she's just straight messy. You know what I mean? And anything to find relevance. You know what I mean? Like I stated, attention is a hell of a drug, and people are willing to get it at any means necessary. So she started this hiatus, and of course, all of these black female bloggers and YouTube content creators had to go in and respond, which I think that was something a lot of us should have strayed away from, because that's what she wanted. Just talking about her is going to make people go view her video. It's going to make people comment on her video. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. Like I said, I didn't even want to respond to this because, again, when black women respond to stuff, here it is, we like the bitter black women. Y'all just mad because she's telling the truth. Y'all just can't handle the truth. And the truth is, all black women are not bald. Got black women that got long hair, strong hair. Yes, there are some black women who did not make the best of decisions with their hair and have had significant hair loss issues by using all type of chemicals, type braids. A lot of black women were ignorant as far as having knowledge with keeping healthy hair. Because the problem was, majority of us as black women, we were more concerned with style than we were with healthy hair. Anybody could have hair, but you have to have healthy hair. And you can't be so concerned with style that you're willing to jeopardize the strength of your own hair just so you can get tight braids, just so you can wear wigs and weave. I mean, don't get me wrong, that stuff is cool for decoration. It's no different than, wearing a hat. It's no different than wearing certain jewelry. It's supposed to be an accessory. But when you start using it heavily, eventually it will start to deteriorate, it will start to deteriorate and stunt the growth of your natural hair. And more black women today are more educated now compared to then. And all women who wear a weave are now balding. You got some women that we're in the world where we got so much to do, between being wives and being mothers. A lot of women don't have time to do their own hair, so they'll get braids or they'll get somebody to sew some tracks in. And underneath those tracks, their hair is longer than the weave that they're putting in their hair. So it's this myth that black women who wear a weave, they bald headed, because that's far from the truth. Matter of fact, I've noticed it's more women with hair wearing weave than it is bald women. Because a lot of women, they don't want to put all those chemicals in their hair. So to get straight hair, they'll buy the straight weave, or to avoid adding chemicals and dyeing their hair, they'll buy the color of that weave. So if a woman wants her hair blonde, she won't take her hair through the chemicals of it getting dyed blonde. She'll just buy the weave blonde and have it sewn in her hair to avoid having to dye her own hair. So it's really an accessory. But what has happened is so many women do not wear weave correctly that it makes it look distasteful. You have women wearing green weave. You got women wearing, these funny looking colors, you know what I mean? To where, it makes weave look bad, when really, the only thing that's bad about weave is when it don't look like it's your hair. I mean, your hair cannot, be as rough as a damn Brillo pad, but you got that silk, Remy straight weave. You know what I mean? Your natural hair is supposed to blend in with the weave. Weave is not supposed to look like weave if you're going to wear it. Now, but what's starting to happen is, most women are slowly but surely turned away from weave because it's costing a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. A lot of sisters are wearing their hair natural. A lot of sisters are getting locks. So really, contrary to the myths of black women and weaves, a lot of women are straying away from it because it's just too much. You got the doggone buy the hair, could already run you anywhere between $200-300. Then you got to pay somebody to put it in. That's going to charge you another $200 or whatever. But it is what it is. People do what makes them happy. No different than white women who love to pay for tans. They get their tans faithfully. No different than women who love to get Botox. They don't like wrinkles on their face. They have Botox parties. These rich white women who are fearful of their rich, successful white husbands cheating on them for younger white women who may be a diner at some damn mom and pop's restaurant. They run and spend they spend thousands of dollars to get Botox because they don't want to deal with youth, and especially they age 20 times faster than we do because they don't have as much pigment in their skin. So, basically, it's not just a black woman thing; it's a woman thing. Women, we always want something we can't have. You have dark skinned women who want to be light. You have light skinned women who want to be dark. You got white women who want darker skin and getting tans. You got black women who want lighter skin and getting bleached. It's just gonna always be something that we're going to feel insignificant about, and that's why it's very important that you have self love, or you find a partner or a companion who accepts you for your faults and your flaws. I know beautiful women who can't get a relationship. I know attractive women, successful women who can't not only get a relationship, but they can't keep one because of their attitude and their arrogance, and they're very dramatic. So, your physical attributes might get you far for a little while, but eventually, once people have to deal with the individual within, and they see you for who you are, after a while, your real hair, whatever it is about you that a person found appealing, that stuff doesn't even matter. And then you wonder why a lot of attractive women wonder why, as beautiful as I am, I got my own hair, I make my own money, I got no kids, why I can't get a man, why I can't get married. Because what's going on is, you're starting to find men who are looking past the physical attributes. Now, this is not to say that you should not want somebody that's attractive, and this is not to say that men do not look at looks, because that would be a lie. If I said that a man does not, have to have some attraction to you, and vice versa. A woman has to be attracted to a man. But the truth is, as you get older, you start to realize what's important and significant. You will learn to embrace somebody's faults and flaws. Because I remember, I was at a hair store. I was at a beauty supply store picking up some shampoo and some conditioner, and I'll never forget. I seen this older couple. They looked like they had at least been in their 60s. It was a man and a woman, and I can tell she was bald because she had chemotherapy. I could tell she was probably most likely a cancer survivor. So, and a lot of black women are prone to that too. And a lot of us have health issues that has also affected hair growth, diabetes, all of that, cancer, all of that takes a toll on the growth of your hair and causing alopecia and all of these other issues. That some of us unfortunately can't avoid. So that's why it's very important that women also take care of their health as well as their hair. But anyway, I was really impressed because I can tell they have been married for a long time. And basically, one of the ladies in the store was assisting her with the different wigs, and her husband was right there helping her pick out her wigs. He was very patient with her. He even told her which ones he liked on her. And baby, that looked real pretty. I like that one there. How about we get that one? I think that one looks nice on you. Let's also get that one. I tell you, this man brought his wife every bit of 3, 4 wigs. So I know he spent every bit of $400, $500. And it wasn't the point about the wigs. It was the point that you can tell none of that mattered to him about her being bald. None of that mattered to him. It was the fact that he loved his wife, and he loved her enough to make her feel good about herself, to where he was willing to take the time to go with her to inside a hair store, because let's face it, a lot of men don't do stuff like that. They're not about to go in no hair store with their wives and pick out wigs and stuff like that. Now, I keep in mind, my husband has gone in the hair store with me once or twice, and he's seen a wig here and there, and he was like, you know what, I think that's cute. My husband done brought 2 wigs for me, paid for them, picked them out and paid for them. You know what I'm saying? For them days I don't want to do my hair, and we got things we got to do. So you have men, they look beyond that. They look at your heart. They look at the fact you're a good woman, that you love them, you're supportive of them. So, like I said, I don't allow how these black men, how some of these brothers trash and thrash women on Facebook and YouTube and all of that, because I know men who sincerely love their wives, and they don't care that their wives are missing teeth. They don't care that their wives are missing hair. They don't care that their wives are walking with a limp, or their wives have to sleep with diapers in bed because she has loose bladder issues. They really sincerely love their wives. And that's where love comes in at, because love teaches you what's really important is that you stick by a person who stood by you. You love a person who has loved you. You have to embrace their faults and flaws as well as you embrace all the great things about them. But see, it takes maturity to understand that. But right now, you have a lot of immature individuals that have this artificial way of thinking that women are supposed to look a certain way and men are supposed to look a certain way, and not understanding that as you get older, the stuff that impresses you when you're 20 and 30, that shit don't mean nothing to you once you get 40 and 50. Yeah, back in my 20s, I had to have a man who had a brand new car. They had to have rims on it. That was my mindset at 20 years old. If a man had a raggedy car, I felt like he ain't had nothing. That was my mindset of a 20-year-old. But as I became grown, I understand that, yeah, I know men who have nice cars, but with that don't mean they successful. They could be staying with their mama, or they male whores. They smashing every chick they could think of. It took me to get older to realize that just because a person has certain things, that does not define their character. But again, that takes maturity and experience to understand that when you're young and dumb, you have an artificial mind of thinking. Your illusions uh, make you perceive things the wrong way. So anyway, this Tequila chick, as I stated, I'm not going to go on too long about this, because I'm sure half of y'all, when y'all done viewing my video, let me go ahead and give her 15 minutes of fame. If you put in Tequila talks about black women, you will hear for yourself all of the negative things that she has said. But again, like I stated, it's not just a black woman problem. That she's not only black women, she's attacked Jennifer Lopez, who's a very beautiful Latina woman, and she says she's just a Mexican with money. And her Twitter account had got deleted after that. I don't know if it got back up. But she's always been messy. That's basically what I'm stating. She's everything that black men have, that these brothers pertain black women to be. She's messy. She's dramatic. She's a single mother. Before you guys give her a full-time membership to the Manosphere or whatever other platforms, realize she's a single mother of 2. She's never been married. Okay? If you're going to have that energy for black women, make sure you please have that same energy for Miss Tita Tequila. So just thought y'all would know that before y'all hand her an application to y'all platform and give her full-time memberships. She is a single mother of 2. She is 40 years old practically, because she'll be 40 come October of this year. She's never been married. She's only been engaged. So she does not fit the epitome of an honorable Vietnamese woman. She has had a lot of controversy. Um, she's been in a lot of messy situations. Now, keep in mind, she's a trisexual. She has tried men and women. She came out. She finally came out as a lesbian and stated that she wanted, that she ended up picking a woman on her show. She really wanted to pick a woman, but they made her pick a man to make the show look good. Um, so she's never been into men like that. Also, September 6th, Tequila was allegedly choked and restrained by former boyfriend. Okay, I guess she went the other way for a little short period of time. She was attacked. She was choked and restrained by former boyfriend Sean Merriman, who also was later arrested. Um, she called herself suing Merriman for 1.5 million. Several weeks after Merriman countersued, alleging intentional interference with contract, unfair competition, and trademark infringement. She declined to respond to his more recent actions, and the default judgment was entered in favor for 2 million. However, the default judgment was later set aside in January 2010. In February 2010, both sides jointly moved the court to dismiss the claim, and the court dismissed the case on the same day. December 9th, 2009, Tequila stated she was engaged to heiress Casey Johnson and was photographed with a diamond ring. After only knowing her, like I said, trisexual, she done been from men to women, women to men. After only knowing her a few months, Johnson died on January 4th, 2010, of complications resulting from diabetes. Didn't know that. That's an unfortunate situation. Um, 2012 of March, Tequila had agreed to check into the rehab after having reportedly almost died from an attempted suicide by overdosing on pills. So as we stated, Tequila has a lot of problems, a lot of issues. It caused her to have a brain aneurysm, which is the reason why she got hospitalized. But she completed her rehab treatment on April 5th, 2012. Um, Tequila gave birth to her first daughter, Isabella, on November 16th. She now goes by the name of Tornado Thin, whatever the hell that means. Um, she's expressed her belief that the earth is not a sphere, but it's flat. Tequila is just mentally dysfunctional. We don't have to read all into her history. Now she calls herself being religious, associating homosexuality with the devil, and referred to former contestants of her show as degenerate and disgusting. She gave birth to her second child in 2018 named Annabella. So again, 2 kids, no baby daddy. No man or woman can tolerate her because she's a handful. She's a drama queen. She's dysfunctional. She's delusional. And she also has a lot of low self-esteem issues. You can look at her face and tell she's had a lot of surgery done. She wears heavy makeup. So for her to be going in on anybody about hair or anything else, she also needs to check herself. Because she wears tons of makeup. She looks like a blow up doll, basically, like one of them Asian blow up dolls. So she looks a hot ass mess. I mean, I'll give props when props is due. If you are, one of those women, you have your stuff together, then I might can allow you to slide and say certain things, but she has no room to talk talk about black women because look like she pretty much fits the epitome of the black women that a lot of these brothers complain about. You a single mama, you never been married, you had all type of surgeries done to your body, you done been with men, and you done been with women. She's confused. You have to face the fact. You got some trailer trash bunnies out here. Just because they're non-colored, it does not give them a pass. You need to look in their histories. You got some trailer trash out here that's single mothers. You got some um trailer trash thoughts, that have never been married, who also engage in wearing hair pieces, who also engage in wearing tons of makeup, who also engage in unhealthy lifestyle. Tila Tequila is an alcoholic. Why do you think she has the last name Tequila? But she changed it now. But because even on the show, I remember watching her show, she stayed drunk. She stayed drunk consistently. That's how much she drank. She was an undercover alcoholic. I don't know how much she has changed, but basically, black women. You don't always have to comment every time somebody has something to say about black women. Don't waste your time giving this trailer trash thought. Any of your energy, because black women, we so quick. As soon as somebody has an opinion about us, we have to go on live. We have to go in and we have to address it. And it comes from, I get it. We're so used to being under scrutiny. We're so used to being attacked. So we feel like we have to constantly address something and protect ourselves. When the actuality, as long as you know who you are, you don't have to jump at every response. Everything does not deserve a response. But I will say this much. The only reason I addressed this was because there was a couple of brothers who stated, "Hi, y'all. Black women talk about everything else, but y'all not addressing this issue." So I'm just addressing it due to the fact that a couple of brothers brought this to my attention. But as far as Miss Trailer Trash Tequila, I really don't care about her opinion. Because she has no receipts. She has nothing going for her. She's trying to find a way to gain relevance. Any of you brothers who partake with this female, with this female incel, any of y'all who co-sign with her shenanigans, I would totally lose respect for you. If you're going to go in on black women and have an opinion about black women, that's fine. Make sure it's based off your own narratives. Don't be so quick to recruit anti-black, anti-black woman. You know what I'm saying? Recruiter. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically just trying to say, because I know a lot of brothers will gravitate towards anybody that has something negative to say about black women. Don't give her no manosphere membership to your panel, to your channel. You know what I mean? That's just not a good look. You know what I'm saying? But I won't be surprised if one of these brothers do it, because again, black men and black women, they love to get an attack dog who they feel is going to help them make their points more valid and relevant. So enough talk about this Tequila trash. I'm over it. I got other content that I'm going to go ahead and upload, because I still want to talk about the topic that I told y'all that I was going to be discussing, who's the real deadbeat ladies, and I'm going to go ahead and proceed to talk about that now. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this content down, but I just felt it was imperative that I address this. So anyway, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this Trailer Trash Tequila, who tries to find relevance off of trashing and bashing black women. If you agree, hey, just say I agree. I think y'all's a valid point. If you disagree, then you just explain how you disagree. Other than that, even if I don't care for your opinion or whatever, I still would like to hear about what's y'all intake on this. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and consider this today as my Mocha's double shot in two different content. So please make sure y'all tune in to my other content that I'm going to be uploading as well, called "Who's the Real Deadbeat When Choosing the Wrong Baby Daddy Goes Wrong." Holla at y'all soon. Take care. It's your Diva Knowledge. Please make sure y'all hit that like button. It's only free. It's only free. It doesn't cost a dime. So I'll be hollering at y'all soon. Take care.